All righty. So I wanted to jump on today because I'm just absolutely sick and tired of dealing with clowns like Smokey. Smokey and Ryan. It's just a bunch of nonsense. And my position is if Dave, if this is the kind of people that you want to fucking hang out with, then have at it. I'm glad that you don't want me on your channel. That's fine by me, pal. Anyway, let me do this. I want to share with you. Get over here real quick. A particular video that I found because I'm just sick and tired of the true character of Josh or Smokey, whatever you want to call him, of how he constantly sits there and calls everybody else a lion, demon filled, blah blah blah, and this and that and the other thing. So anyhow, this is a man that is incapable of truth in any way, shape, or form, just filled with lies. So anyhow, let me go here. Just make sure it's showing good. Okay. So now, whoever this brother in the Lord is here, Uncle Sam, I'm not sure what his whole, doctrinal position is and all of that, but I like this dude already. So, because it's just, Josh has forced me into this position to just show you this guy is incapable of honesty in any way. There's no truth in him, straight up. He can't fess up to nothing. It's a total blame game with the guy because mentally he's 14 years old and it's not even a joke. I'm not saying that to be mean. This is reality. This guy is not fully mentally developed like a grown ass man. He cannot have an actual conversation. I mean, whatever, I can't even call it debate. It's really just childish argument. But anyhow, over and over again, Smokey has claimed he is not this Josh Herbell guy. So, anyways, it's absolute total bullshit. I know for an absolute fact that Josh Herbell is indeed Smokey Saint. No, no controversy about it. It's an absolute fact. And Smokey better learn to be careful too, because if you are on a sex offenders list and you are asked if you are on that sex offenders list and you lie and say no, then you have a major problem. 1 second. I'm going to play this video.
Yes.
Is this the same guy?
I mean, that's him. I'm not. Yes.
Right. So, yeah.
You believe whatever you want to believe, whatever you want to believe. I appreciate you having me. This was a blast. Thank you so much. I hope we can do it again sometime.
So, you probably actually now see why they were trying to flag this video from Thick Shade's channel. However, they failed. All right, so let's continue.
Now I can finally come clean and tell.
Now, this is a portion that I wasn't going to add, but I just came across with Blaze's video, like what, just yesterday or even less than like 12 hours ago. So I put that in there and see what she said. I'm not going to actually condone where she would be kind of like blaspheming against God and stuff. And I could totally understand that because all the victims, right? All the victims of Josh, they actually have serious challenge towards their faith, including that 13-year-old child. And she testified that her faith was quite challenged. The same thing with Blaze, you'll hear. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say that, and this is why, again, it is so important that these people get exposed, because look at the harm they're doing, the shipwreck and the faith.
Exactly.
So people put themselves out as Christians, and they do all manner of wicked, and like I said, you might show some wickedness or you might not show, but we know some wickedness that went on between Smokey and this girl Blaze. And yeah, and you can understand a so-called Christian apologetic with the backing of Mr. Dr. 3 PhDs Kenny, and a so-called embarrassing, which really isn't, but call themselves Christian community, and stuff was done to her. And yeah, of course it's going to shipwreck your faith, because people are going to think, especially if you're young in Christ, oh, is this what Christianity is about? All this lewdness, this filth, this perversion, this lying. Yeah, of course it's going to shipwreck faith. So that's why, yeah, keep well away from people like Smokes and Wills and all these, because they are literally of those, I believe, that are crept in unawares. Their whole design and purpose is to shipwreck people's faiths, and even worse, to prevent people from even coming to the faith. I really strongly believe that.
Right. And I made it very clear from the beginning. One of the reasons why we do what we do is so that we can actually, warn babes in Christ, and that their faith won't be shipwrecked. And also, notice that Josh would be preventing unbelievers to come to Christ. So for that reason, I mean, as Bruce would say, that Josh has been screwing around with all these people, so to say. So we're gonna hear what Blaze is going to say, and you can actually hear her frustration. And if you can give her prayer, I'll really appreciate it. And also, if you can help her financially, that'll be great. Also, but let's continue.
You guys everything that I've been holding in. No Smokey or slash Joss doesn't have any dirt on me, clearly, since I'm talking now. All right, let's just wait for some people to come in here. Hello. Good to see you, whoever this is. Yeah. So the reason why I haven't said anything for the past couple months is because Smokey was having me followed by a private investigator, which I literally was waiting for him to stop following me around, which the investigation is over now. Now that it's over, and now Smokey can't charge me of anything. They tried to stick me with the extortion. That was not true. They tried to stick me with drug selling. That was not true. Yeah, they tried to stick me with whatever they could, and they just couldn't. So yeah, Josh, Smokey, and Will, yeah. Or Smokey and Will, yeah, you guys couldn't even charge me, even if your lives depended on it. So let's wait till we get more of a crowd in here. Thank you, Brian. All right, so I'm going to be talking about Smokey and my relationship with him, as well as my relationship with him as a mod, because I used to date this baby raping piece of shit. So yeah. Let me just take a hit of my vape. All right.
Obviously, she's in a little distressed. I mean, that's that sort of trauma would go a long way, I'm sure. But I gotta give it to Blaze.
This is gonna be fucking cool. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, I ended up falling for that monster piece of shit, Smokey Saint. I fell in love with him. It was dumb, but he was a master manipulator. Like, his voice sounds like candy. Okay, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for him not to be able to woo people, right? So, anyways, we're gonna go back in time to when I first met Josh, when I first met Smokey. It all started when Will Kincaid showed me his channel.
There's Will's name again.
Right again,
There's Will again.
The catalyst.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I was watching it, and I'm kind of like, Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm going to cover Will as well. Of course I am. I'm going to say everything I know about both of them. Anyways, Will introduces me to Smokey. And Will obviously knows that I'm a single, lonely girl who doesn't have any boyfriends, doesn't have any prospects, someone who is not financially stable and can easily be taken advantage of because at the time I was using heroin. During my time dating Smokey, I will admit I was using heroin for a bit there because he was giving me money for it. So what else am I supposed to do? Like, I was a heroin addict and someone gives you money when you're a drug addict. What do you think's going to happen? Right? Anyways, that was earlier on into the relationship. But then I decided to get clean because I realized that I was going to be getting all this money. So I kind of didn't want to waste it on drugs anymore. Anyway, sorry. Let's get back to the topic. Okay, Smokey and Will. Will introduces me to Smokey. Smokey hits on me when I come into his stream. Then after that, he adds me on Discord and we start talking. The conversation goes from there. At this time, at the time when I first was getting to know Josh, he would always try to play the victim. He'd be like, oh, I'm not worthy of you, Megan. I'm not worthy of you to date me. Trust me, I've done some things. I've done some horrible things, Megan. You don't want to know about them. And this whole time I thought, man, this guy's just a fake Christian trying to play like he's a bad boy. That's what I thought. So, honestly, I didn't realize how bad it would have been. And I didn't realize that this guy actually was a child rapist. So I had no fucking idea what I was getting myself into. And also there was a huge age difference. He's almost 40 years old and I'm 27. So clearly he likes younger women, right? That's all I got to say. If you want to do the math, how old would I be if he was in his 20s? How old would that have made me? If you really want to think about it. He's disgusting. Do the math and you find out just how disgusting Smokey is.
I gotta jump in real quick. I don't mind adults having relationship. However, I do deeply mind an adult having that sort of um, indecent liberty and statutory rape with a child.
Oh yeah. Also, do you want to know another thing that happened? Smokey had this guy who was following me break into my apartment and take my medication from me. Yeah, because Smokey was hoping somehow that I'd go off the deep end and kill myself. That's what he was hoping for. Fucking piece of shit. Stole my medication. Luckily, I was able to prove it to my doctor and to the police. That's still being investigated too. So by the way, Josh, the guy who followed me is being investigated to be charged. Just so you know, anybody who gets involved with Smokey, it doesn't end well for you. It doesn't. Sorry, like talking about this shit kind of stresses me out, so that's why I'm pausing here and there to catch my breath. My heart's going 1,000 miles a minute right now because I'm fucking scared of this guy. I don't want him following me again. But then again, all this guy did was take pictures of me outside the methadone clinic. That's all he did. And you know how funny it is? I used to pose for this guy too. I used to give him the middle finger, get a little pose with the middle finger at him, and he'd wave at me and take a picture. Fucking weirdo. Fucking weirdo. And that's the guy that Smokey hired to follow me around my town. So literally, so obviously my whole life stopped for that moment. for those couple of months that I was being followed around, I couldn't do a damn thing. Couldn't even take a shit without him knowing. It was fucking weird. So yeah, this guy had me followed, and during the whole time he was having me followed, he was making fun of me the whole time on his streams. Oh, Megan's a retard. Oh, Megan's a heroin addict. Oh, Megan's this, Megan's that. Megan tried to steal money from me.
Well, just address Peter here. So far as I know, Blaze met Josh online. I don't think they actually met physically. And yes, she did confirm that he is Josh Rebel.
Megan did this. Megan did that. Not true, asshole. I didn't do any of that. In fact, the entire time that he gave me money, I told him, Smokey, I don't need your money. Honey, I don't need it. I'm sorry, but I don't need your money. My parents are rich. They take care of me. I don't need his money. I never did. Stupid idiot. And then at the end of our relationship, he wanted to try and make it all about the money, like a fucking loser does. Oh, it doesn't matter. You only wanted me for the money anyways. Not true. I loved you for who you were, but then you turned out to be a fucking piece of shit, Smokey and Will. I will never forgive either of you for hiding this secret from me. I will never forgive it.
Yeah, notice the connection.
I mean, it's like victims after victims, right?
Yeah. It's sickening.
There's two manipulated freaking liars, and it's just creating more damage onto people, and they think that's okay.
Yeah, they got. Well, we found out earlier at the end of Bruce's stream that we know that Will has no conscience whatsoever, none at all, not even a slight iota. And and again, what is the catalyst? Will introduces me. Will this, that, Will this. Man, that trouble Will's caused. It was Will who started off with a perversity against a knock, I think his name, the atheist, making up allegations of the cones and snogging his little child, and then he does what he does to me, and then introduces her to Smoke. Man, Will, I believe, is the big monster pulling the strings of that monster Smokey. And I'm not going to recant that. I really actually discern that. Not one of stupid Kenny's useless inane discernments. This is obvious, blatant discernment because you've seen it pan out as it is.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And also exactly, Olive, is you cannot even see this, watch this on TV. It's so unbelievable, right? It's as if like, like I'm making this up. However, all these things are coming out, obviously. I mean, many people thought that I was crazy when I was coming out with this sort of crap, right? But now it just is true, It's crazy.
Oh yeah, by the way, Josh, I spoke with Lady Satori, or Michelle as her name is. I spoke to her on emails and we compared notes, We compared notes. And apparently you're still doing shit the same. You're still manipulating women the same way that you did way back then. I will be praying for you. Thank you, Heaven Rules. Oh, do you know what? I'll be praying that you find guidance.
Hold on, I gotta back that up. I want to hear that real quick again. Who is Michelle?
Right. It's as if like, like I'm making this up. However, all these things are coming out, obviously. I mean, many people thought that I was crazy when I was coming out with this sort of crap, right? But now it just is true, It's crazy.
Oh yeah, by the way, Josh, I spoke with Lady Satori, or Michelle, as her name is. I spoke to her on emails, and we compared notes. We compared notes, and apparently, you're still doing shit the same. You're still manipulating women the same way that you did way back then. I will be praying for you. Thank you, Heaven Rules Knowledge. You know what? I'll be praying that you find guidance and you find freedom from Will and Smokey, because they are both atheists pretending to be Christians.
Bingo.
I was just going to say that. Bingo.
Yeah.
How's that for a mind blow? Mind blown, huh? How's that? And at one point, you know what? I honestly wish I could have saved all the DMs, but I didn't, out of respect for Smokey and out of respect for myself. I honestly, I was watching
No, Bon, she's gonna tell you.
Watching pre-recorded streams. Somebody sent me the stream where Smokey went off and made fun of me, so that's kind of why I'm here. Trying to clear everything up. It's not true. I did not try to extort money from him. Not true at all. Fucking liars. That's what they are. They are huge fucking liars. That don't know what's up and don't know what's down. That's them. And I have a job now anyways. I honestly don't, fuck. I just couldn't believe that the person who's once my best friend was calling me a traitor, calling me all these horrible things. All I did was come out with the truth. That's all I did. You want to call me a fucking liar for telling the truth? You are pathetic. And to think that I was actually going to turn around and apologize to you guys? Fuck no. Now I've come back to my senses. I'm not going to apologize to anybody for anything that has to do with me bettering my life. And I left Smokey because he was neglectful and he did not care if I lived or died. While I was really sick with COVID, do you want to know what Smokey was doing? Smokey was streaming and having fun. Never once spent any time with me. Okay, you know what? You can get fucking blocked then.
I think she's talking to Candace. What's her ID? Heavens, something like the Heavens Rule or whatever.
Yeah. So no, she's not right in the head, that girl.
Yeah, she's I don't know what Josh did to Candace, but yeah.
Goodbye. Anyways, the whole time where I was sick with COVID and I thought I was going to die, Smokey was streaming and making fun of who? Making fun of the people that were pointing out his flaws, making fun of the people who were clearly telling the truth about his crimes. That is what Smokey was doing while I was sick in bed, feeling like I was going to die. And every single time I'd try and get him to spend time with me, all he'd say is, I'm praying for you. And then nothing else. He'd ignore the rest of my messages for the day. He'd ignore everything else that I said. And he'd always say, I'm praying for you. God bless you. Blah, 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 Megan. No.
See, as this thing going on, you can actually see that Megan, the Blaze's faith, if she had at all, would just diminish, just destroyed, and her heart being hardening, and it's just sad to see this sort of things happen, and what kind of damage and problem that Josh and Will have been causing to Blaze faith, so to say.
I needed someone in that moment to be with me by my side. That's what I needed. I needed someone to spend time with me, and Smokey never did that. All Smokey would do is call me for a few minutes just to take a look at my tits.
Okay, that's one of the things that Josh has done, right? Seeing her tits, right? Uh,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, this is what Josh has done, Bond, in case that you are curious.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because I didn't want to mention it, because I know she mentioned a little bit more in detail on a video a few weeks ago that she took down, but she went in more graphic detail. And this is the sort of things that Will and Smokey got together to extract lewd pictures from probably naive people.
Right, it's extortion.
It's, over here, what Smokey did over here, there was a case similar, literally, and it's the honest truth, it's on GB News early this morning, very similar to what Smoke did to this other girl years ago, historic, all right? He got 5 years in prison, all right? That's in this country. And also, last week, someone got 2.5 years in prison for sexting. So obviously our laws in regard to that are harsher, but he want to think himself lucky, and Will, they're conspiring plots of extrapolating lewd pictures for bribery and stuff in Britain, although we're a bit rubbish at other things, but when it comes to sexual crime.
All right, so I'm pretty much done with this video. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Smokey is indeed Josh Herbell. So I'm sick and tired of dancing around about it and playing these little games with Smokey and blah blah blah. Him claiming that he's not Josh Herbell. So that's it. End of story. I don't know who this girl was. I thought this was going to be an interview of the actual 13-year-old girl. So, anyhow, I apologize, Jordan. I gotta get rolling. I just wanted to, get this, on record, so to speak, as far as with Smokey and shit. Because, I mean, constantly. I mean, this guy sits there and claims he's not Josh Bell. Sits there and calls me a liar because I'm a King James onlyist and the King James Bible's evil and satanic, and wow, this has been a pretty exposing little video because this chick here used to be his girlfriend, claiming that Smokey and his buddy Will Kincaid are actually atheists posing as Christians. Boy, that makes a lot of sense. So, anyways, you know what I mean? This is people want to play stupid little games. I really just don't understand it. What would motivate a person to go against the Lord? You know what I mean? You ain't gonna win. So, anyways, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you would have to be an atheist to behave in such a way, to just basically tell the Lord. Oh, as far as Smokey's case is absolutely real. You can go to the North Carolina sex offender list, put in Josh Herbell, and guess whose picture pops right up. So he absolutely, at age 22, had sex with a 13-year-old girl. So his lust absolutely got away from him. So, anyhow, he's just not a genuine person. That's all there is to it. People ought to just pay attention and watch how this guy behaves so that you can clearly start learning and being able to discern who is absolutely a wolf in sheep's clothing and who is just, yeah, hey, Ben, hope you're doing well. So I'm just popping on for a quick video because I've also, I have absolutely confirmed beyond any shadow of a doubt not by this video alone, that Smokey is indeed Josh Herbell. It is now an absolute dead issue, and the guy is a completely dishonest person who can't just fess up to his wrong. You know what I mean? If you're going to continue to lie through your teeth and not just fess up and be an honest person, then you're not an honorable man in any way, shape, or form. Period. We all make mistakes and all that jazz. So, just be honest, be real. Otherwise, nobody can ever take you seriously. And yeah, your blatant hatred for the King James Bible shows me who you are. I know who you are. So, anyways, I don't need, I don't even need anything beyond that. So, anyhow, I do have to get running. Like I said, I thought this was going to be a video of the interview of the actual girl that was 13 years old. So, anyhow, it's rumored that there is an interview with that girl. So, but yeah, I mean, this whoever this Blaze Megan girl is, that's end of issue. You're Josh Herbell. Period. You lying pile of shit. So until you repent and start asking people for forgiveness and everything, for not for what you did in the past, but for how you've treated and reacted to people and lashed out with your verbal assaults. That's what you need to apologize to people in the YouTube community about. So, and you should repent and get yourself a King James Bible and quit being dumb. So, anyhow, hope y'all have a blessed day. Thanks for popping in. I may stream again later. Just I got a lot of stuff to do today, but I wanted to just pop this quick video out because normally my streams are too long for anybody to ever watch it. So have a blessed day, brethren.